You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
I feel like grabbing you by your ears right now and screaming in your face, I'm not fucking interested.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
All right, so what we have here, we have Jake Gyllenhaal. He plays Lou Bloom, and he's kind of a night owl, and he's a thief. So to kind of scrummage for money, the film opens up with him cutting up a fence so that he could sell it for scrap metal, and he's picking up manhole covers, and he's doing the fence and just copper wiring, just anything he can get his hands on so he can sell it and make money. And he can't find a job otherwise. He has no real people skills. He doesn't have he's smart, but as far as an education goes, you get the impression that he never made it past high school. So what happens is he decides, after seeing a car accident, pulling over this Bill Paxton character, he gets out, starts filming it, talks to him. He says he's going to sell it to the evening news, possibly be a lead in the morning news. If it bleeds, it leads. So he starts thinking, hey, I can do this. I'm up at all hours of the evening anyway, so I can totally do this. And what he delves into is you really start to see just how creepy and just how manipulative, if I can say that word, manipulative, forget it, I won't say it. Manipulative, wow. All right, I'm going to stop right there. How he can manipulate people. There you go. If you can't sound smart saying it, say it a different way. And he just goes into that really dark, seedy world, and he brings on I don't want to call him stupid, but he's naive. He brings on a kid to help him with GPS so that he can concentrate on just getting to the job or to the crime scene or whatever it is, so that he can focus on that. And it kind of pushes them into this really dark, dark world. And his character, his doesn't really arc that much. He starts off as a creepy person, and by the end of the film, he doesn't really seem any different. The only thing he really seems to be, in my eyes, is just a smarter player in this game of trying to capture this footage. So, and Gyllenhaal, he's great in this movie. I mean, I don't want to say I'm not surprised he didn't get nominated for Best Actor. He probably should have been, but there's just so many strong roles this year in the male lead that it probably wasn't in the cards. Last year, probably would have got nominated, or next year, you never know. But it's a little film. The budget, $8.5 million, made $38 million at the box office here in the States. It really goes to show that there's still a possibility of them pushing out great films, even nowadays, because they push out a lot of shit. They really do. Hey, welcome back. You there?
Hello.
I tried to say the
Sorry
word manipulative, but I still can't say it.
Manipulative.
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 I just couldn't get it out. I was tripping over my own fucking tongue. Manipulative. Thank you.
Yes.
Anyway, so I just went on about the plot of the film and Jake Gyllenhaal's character and just a couple of things. So.
Yeah. Now, I'm a huge Gyllenhaal.
I think it's Gyllenhaal.
I'm a big fan of Jake's, and ever since. But here's my problem. Anytime I ever see him in a film, as good as he is, I still can't help but bringing up in the back of my mind scenes from Bubble Boy.
Fucking Bubble Boy.
Because I've
How far can I get with this? Please stand 2 feet back. That far.
I still love that film, and it's and it's not a knock against him at all. I mean, he started where young, guys with great comic timing start. You do stuff like that, but and even though Donnie Darko was before Bubble Boy, I saw Bubble Boy first, then I saw Donnie Darko. So Donnie Darko's not my go-to Gyllenhaal film.
Actually, I'm the other way around. I did see Donnie Darko first.
Yeah, but he's had some great stuff in the past 10 years. I mean, he's done a lot of excellent shit. Enemy.
Yeah, he's one of the most stable, most productive, stable actors. Just everything he's done. He looks like he really cares about what he's acting in. He picks his screenplays wisely, and it just seems like he really cares about the films that he's going to make.
Yeah,
and this is no different.
No,
this is really no different. This is probably the best film he's probably been in probably the last 5 years.
This film blew me away. I'm not gonna. Now, it's not like it didn't do anything that I haven't seen before. Technically,
sure. Nothing new.
Now, oddly enough, a lot of people hate this film.
I find that amazing.
Isn't it? There's been a lot of negative reviews about it, and a lot of the reviews. And this, I had the same problem with. And I know I'm not helping my case any when I mention this film, but I had the same problem with The Lone Ranger. Is that reviews that shit on the film?
It was panned big time.
But you can shit on a film, but don't make shit up. If you have to make shit on a film, then you're not being honest.
Right.
And one thing a lot of people are harping on is the screenplay itself, and supposedly the fact that the Lewis Bloom character doesn't have a character arc.
You know what's funny?
Now,
I just mentioned that when you were away.
Oh, did you?
I just mentioned how there really is no arc for his character, and I like that because what I basically said was, from beginning to end, there's no character arc for him. I said the only thing that is different is he, in my opinion, becomes a smarter player in the game of capturing this footage and being able to get this footage running around the city.
Well, so let me focus on the character arc thing briefly.
Okay.
Because the big fallacy is, and now one review specifically that I forget who did it, but they said that after 10 minutes you know everything there is to know about the character. That's a complete fucking lie.
No, it is.
There is a slow rate of reveal in the film where you're like he's the guy's fucked in the head, but you don't know how much until different scenes happen. Now, once you get to the third act, when you know what's going down. All right.
Oh, yeah.
If you're paying attention, you're not surprised. But the fallacy is that in a film you have to have a character arc. That's not true. The film has to have an arc of some kind. Something has to be happening. There has to be an arc. Now, the character arc can also be with the audience. The audience can be the ones changing through the film,
sure,
through their reactions to the character, what's revealed, and everything. It ruins. It's like Jurassic Park is a shitty film, and one of the reasons for that is because it has a blatant character arc. Sam Neill's character is like, I don't like kids. then, hey, here's 2 kids to watch. At the end of the film, you know what? I like these kids. That is a shitty, weak, amateur character arc shoved into a weak, shitty film specifically to have a character arc. You don't need to have a character arc. Now, there is a character arc, so to speak, because we meet him as a thief on the skids, no money, and we see him insert himself into this industry and become great at it.
Yeah.
And the character arc isn't so much as he doesn't change as far as who he is, but the audience's perception of him changes as we see exactly what he's capable of and why he's so good at doing this.
Definitely.
And
you're right.
And there are little things about his character that are revealed through the cinema. This is the kind of shit that someone would have to explain in a real film. In a real film, someone would have to like sit down with a file, and go, well, we have his record here, and here's a psychiatric thing, and blah blah blah. And you would have to have people explain. There would have to be spoon feeding of information. To, why does he does this? Why does he act like this? How does he know this? But instead, this film just shows you, in very subtle and in very natural ways.
Very calculated.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know at the beginning he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's cutting up fences and stealing fucking copper wiring to sell it. And he takes down a security guard when he realizes he's not a real threat. He's not a real cop. He's just like some, like drive around security guard. He goes, that's a weird suit. And then he just fucking knocks him the fuck out.
Now, I kind of want to say spoiler alert, but then again, the trailer gives away much more than we're going to give away. But I am going to talk about a couple of specific scenes that aren't major scenes, but I am going to talk about scenes of the film. So you don't want to listen if you want it to be a complete surprise for you, and if you missed the trailer in the beginning. But, I mean, the one thing I love is, like, slowly you realize this guy isn't just, like, manic or manipulative. He's got a photographic memory.
Yep.
Now, how do they do that? Do they have him rattle off names at random? No. But the way he talks, like, you can tell he's reciting shit he read. It's all found knowledge. He's teaching himself a lot of stuff. Like his dialogue is most of his dialogue is him reciting things he's read, like textbook. Like, this is how this and this goes. And the glimpses into his real personality is when he stops quoting things and just kind of says what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, there's scenes where, like, when he's quoting all this stuff, it's rapid fire. He's speaking very fast, very curtly. The scenes where his personality comes through is when he slows down his talking, because now he's actually choosing the words he's going to say, because now he's trying to communicate with humans his own thoughts, and that's difficult because you don't think like there's like 2 scenes specifically where he slows down his talking, and the slower he gets, you just realize he's choosing the words now because he needs to control what comes out. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any favorite parts of the film that you had? I mean, obviously, there's like a lot of great parts in it.
There is a lot to the film. Favorite parts. You know what? I really enjoyed the dinner he had with Rene Russo's character. I really did enjoy that. It's like, and what was her name? Was her name Barbara? No, it wasn't Barbara.
I glanced away from my screen.
And it was just like you were saying, where it's like he's just rapid fire talking about numbers and rating shares and all that, and you need a 5 share next week, and I can give that to you, and you go, and the things that we and the things that I say we should do in our bed. Oh no, that's not that scene. It's another scene. But he basically he courts her in his own weird, creepy way. Well,
he doesn't court her. He blackmails her into sex.
Yeah.
But he starts off courting her.
Yeah.
And see that I would say the focus of his character when you're watching it is there's 2 modes, or there's one constant mode. Him calculating, planning, pulling off, learning. Like he's constantly in the state of like. There's a lot of apparently they almost called the film, or they had almost had an alternate title called The Coyote, because that's kind of what Gyllenhaal patterned him after. He lost a lot of weight and gave him that kind of lean, like hungry feel. Like this guy's
Right.
this is somebody that's always hungry. It's like a coyote stalking prey. Throughout the entire film, he's stalking prey. It's like this job, everything. It's like him stalking and him planning. But what makes the film is there are what I would call little moments of revelation where he reveals something major through interactions. I mean, the first one is at the very beginning when he takes out the security guard.
Right.
Because the way he's acting is, and not only, but the big revelation isn't that. It's like after that scene, he's wearing the guard's watch.
Yeah. It's immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
he's
the
fiddling
second-
with it on his hand as he's driving his car away from the scene of the crime.
And then they kind of they show that watch later near the end of the film. At the very end of the film, actually, just as kind of like he still has it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. I mean, there's not a lot of significance to it, but it just kind of shows that this is what he does. You know, he's feeding off of other people. The second revelation is when he has that dinner. He's got like the whole awkward courting thing, and then it just turns into, yeah, you're going to sleep with me because I'm going to save your job. I'll go elsewhere. You know, it's just like
Right. You haven't held a job in this business for more than 2 years. I'm the guy to let you keep it more than that. And
right,
if you don't, I'll go somewhere else because they're going to pay me more money anyway.
Yeah. And then the third revelation is when he starts doing things on the job, and that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
Right.
But so it's like I would say like every 20 minutes or so. Oh no, actually before that, there's the other revelation is when Bill Paxton tries to hire him.
Oh right.
And I think it's one of the most it's the most low key thing. But like he's offering the job and he's like just giving him like no thank you like that again that kind of formal regurgitated textbook responses, and then he just stops at one point. He's like I feel like I want to grab your ears and scream into your face at the top of my lungs. That like so just like very calm and instructive. Like, and again slower. Like it's like I have to choose how I say these things, and like glimpses into this bestial entity, walking around in a meek little shirt collar. It's the actor makes this. I mean, great writing. The dialogue is fucking spectacular, and again, it's the fact that he talks like people don't normally talk. That's the character,
right?
And I want to mention the most brilliant piece of writing in the film that actually confused me at first because it caught me off guard. Because you're wrapped up in everything else going on. Near the end, when his partner or his assistant, renegotiates with him.
Oh right.
And he gives in. After that, while they're tailing the other person, and I don't want to give away too much, he tells them to roll his window down. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then like later the kid rolls it up. He's like, no, I leave the window down.
And he
like,
says, I'm
cold.
freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, so roll it down. And so I'm like assuming this is a setup for something. I'm thinking cinematically, this is a setup. This is coming on, and then everything goes from like 0 to 60, and I forget about it. And later, like, wait a minute, what the fuck was with the window? And then you go back and realize, like, up until that point, he's manipulating everybody. He's in control. When his assistant calls his bluff and renegotiates the terms and everything, and he has to give in, he's lost control. So he reasserts himself by making him roll the window down
for no reason other than to punish him, to keep him cold.
Yeah, it's not even punishing him, but it's just controlling him, like asserting that I'm in control here. It's such a subtle and bizarre character play that like I didn't even pick up on it at first. Fucking loved it.
It's a very interesting assertion. I like it.
Yeah,
I definitely want to watch the film again.
Oh, I could watch this film again. I'm gonna make Holly watch it definitely. Just fucking, and I haven't seen all of his films. I missed a few of them, but every time he is in a film, great. Now, Dan Gilroy, I've got to say, I didn't expect to like this film because what was Dan Gilroy's first screenplay?
I don't know. I didn't even look him up.
Fucking Free Jack. Thank you. It's like, Freejack. I saw that. It's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He's
No wonder
still
why
making
Rene
films?
Russo's in this movie. She was in fucking Freejack.
Yeah, 92 he did Freejack. Then in 94 he did Chasers, which was Crispin Glover was in it and Tom Berenger. It was about like Navy guys.
I
and
never saw it.
Yeah, it was. What's the tagline today? A hapless Navy grunt is assigned SP duty. The catch: he must escort a beautiful female prisoner. It's shit. It's shit. Complete shit. Then he wrote Two for the Money, which I never heard about, and he's got a written by credit, which means it was probably modified for him.
Jeez.
It's an Al Pacino film, but I've never heard of it.
Oh wait,
then-
I've heard of it. I never saw it though.
Then The Fall, which was that goofy thing about the guy sick in a hospital, that kind of fantasy reality blurring thing, which had mixed reviews. But then out of nowhere, he Real Steel. Then he did Real Steel in 2011, which I liked.
Okay.
I mean, I went into it expecting to hate it, and you know what? It's a formulaic film. It's the kid and the father getting together, and the underdogs. The whole whatever. It was well done. It was fun. It did what it was supposed to do, and it wasn't that cheesy. It was it was an enjoyable film. He pulled it off, and then after that, he wrote the Bourne Legacy, which I haven't seen,
Right.
but apparently
I haven't seen it either. But you're right. It's supposedly
it did well.
It did very well. For Nightcrawler. One quick thing.
Yes.
Well, two quick things. One,
Yes.
when I initially heard that a film called Nightcrawler was being made, I just thought it was going to be another Marvel movie. And
Yeah, Holly keeps every time I mention the film, Holly keeps complaining that it's not about actual Nightcrawler from X-Men.
you could tell her to get over it.
Yeah.
Because I got over it very quickly. And then I saw the trailer, and I'll be completely honest. I wasn't... I don't want to say I wasn't thrilled about the trailer. It didn't make me want to see the movie, the trailer. It really didn't.
I'm going to agree with you on the level that the story and what it was promising didn't make me want to watch it. What the only thing in the trailer that made me want to watch it was Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I'll see just about anything he does.
But
So-
I mean, you know what it was? Like you and I watch enough of this shit, and we know how things work. That I think you'll agree with me with this. Watching it, I could tell it was a shitty trailer.
Yeah.
But every time he said stuff, there was a glimpse of, okay, you know what? Something's going on behind this trailer and he's the only thing giving me a glimpse of that.
When I initially saw the trailer, and this is my honest reaction to it, it was okay, they're doing this. Okay, he lost a ton of weight, obviously trying to go for Oscars. Then I thought, there's really nothing in this trailer I haven't seen before. And finally, I was just like, I don't think I want to see this movie. It wasn't until my wife actually said, you know what? I want to see that movie Nightcrawler. And I said, all right, we can see it. And still in my head at that moment, I was like, all right. But then you told me you saw it, and you basically you said it was fucking incredible.
Yes.
Just to quote you, your exact words. And I was like, all right, now I got to see it. Because if there's anyone I trust, aside from myself, it is you. If you tell me something is good, I will at least give it a shot.
Yeah, and occasionally it's hit and miss between us, but usually we're on the mark.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll agree with honestly, the first reaction when I saw the trailer was Manhunter, but told from the reporter's point of view.
Okay.
That's what the feeling was. I really had that feeling of like, oh, this is like an '80s kind of reporter, serial killer kind of thing going. But like I said, I didn't read anything about it except like I just saw like the movie poster really nailed me too. I saw that. I was like, there's more to this than that trailer was given. It's really a horrible trailer.
Oh, it's terrible.
But at the same time, you've seen the film. How do you put that film in a trailer? And all right, first of all, how do you put that film in a trailer and not give away too much? Don't worry, they already did. But how do you convey that kind of feeling, that the tension, the character study that is this film? You can't. You really can't put that in a trailer.
Right. Was this?
It's like, yeah.
Was this nominated for best cinematography? Because that was phenomenal in the film too.
I believe not.
The
I'm
opening
checking right
shot.
now.
The opening shot of the film is it's like a Los Angeles, like a desert kind of scene. It's nighttime. There's a big empty billboard, and you just kind of see in the background or like in the distance that the sun is just starting to come up. So it's like silhouetted mountains with kind of like this almost orangey glow to it, and it's a gorgeous opening shot. I was in the movie the second that shot opened, just because of how good it looked. I was like, all right, maybe they got something here, because you don't create a shot like that by complete fucking accident. You plan a shot like that, you know? And that's exactly what I felt that they did. You know, from the way it opened to the way it ended, everything was planned. It was, it was calculated, just really top notch. It's not nominated, is it?
No.
Of course it isn't. What is nominated for cinematography? If there's anything CGI, I'm going to throw something.
Grand Budapest, Birdman, Ida, which I'm not familiar with, Mr. Turner, cinematographer Dick Poop, and Unbroken.
Dick Poop. Okay. There's very little CGI from what I understand in Birdman. There's a couple of CGI things. And Unbroken, I think Unbroken has a lot of CGI in it.
The CGI in Birdman, you've already seen it in the trailer. It's like every instance of CGI in that fucking movie's got to be in that goddamn trailer.
And the thing is, I think a lot of people are being tricked, not because of the trailer, but because of how they've, I don't want to say trained, but how they've watched movies all their lives, to think that that might be an action film or have some action in it.
If I didn't know what the film was about, I saw that trailer, I think I'm watching the next Hancock film.
Right.
Really. I just like, yeah. Fucking trailers. Yeah, I don't think, I think the only thing it's nominated for, as far as I know, I'm kind of scanning through to see if I'm wrong, is screenplay. I don't think it got nominated for anything else. He definitely didn't get Best Actor.
No. And I was talking about...
I think was Best Supporting Actor? I thought maybe... where's supporting shit? Actor supporting role? No. I thought the guy would, but he didn't. No.
I was actually surprised that he didn't get nominated for Best Actor. I'll go out on a limb and just tell you right now, if I had to take someone off the list and put someone in, it would probably be Bradley Cooper or Steve Carell. Insert Jake Gyllenhaal. For real.
I don't know. I got too much of a crush on Bradley Cooper. I can't go with Steve Carell. Definitely.
Steve Carell is not as good in this film as what it's being made out to be.
Mm-hmm.
For real. And I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Keaton won for Birdman.
Okay, before we finish talking about... well, first of all, Nightcrawler. I mean, obviously, we're both in agreement. Fucking phenomenal film.
Absolutely.
Nothing sucktastic about this movie.
Nope.
What do we want to rate it?
I think we might have to go a solid 8.
Not higher?
Maybe a 9, yeah.
All right, now, let me ask you a question. What is your criteria for giving a film 10 stars?
Rewatchability. Am I going to watch this film more than one time?
Okay, I'm definitely watching this again.
Oh, I would definitely watch it several times.
All right, for me,
it's going to be a film permanently in my collection. Absolutely.
I want to argue 10 stars for this.
10. Wow.
And here's why I'm arguing this, because we waffle a lot about 5 or 6 or 7 because, well, is it too bad? Is it this good? And we really don't review good movies that often. I want to say that for me, a 10-star film is a film that I watch, and when I walk away and after a week of thinking about it, I have no complaints. I have no criticisms, nothing. Whatever was done right, was done perfectly, and made sense to me. I think this is a perfectly executed film.
We're talking like Fight Club status.
Yes,
Yeah.
Fight Club, I would definitely give a 10 star.
Yeah.
That film fulfills there's not one thing I walk away from going, why did they do that? No, everything made fucking perfect sense.
And for me, I mean, like Fight Club is up there. Like Shawshank Redemption, that is a perfect film in my eyes. Like truly, if that's on, I'm watching it, and I'm watching that film maybe 2 times a year, 3 times a year on my own anyway. Shawshank Redemption is in my opinion, one of the best films ever caught on celluloid.
Maybe a 9.
I feel the same way about that. I feel the same way about Fight Club. I feel the same way about Godfather 2. It just...
Godfather.
Yeah, don't...
So, I'm voting 10 stars for Nightcrawler. Are you in agreement? We don't review good films often, so this isn't going to happen a lot.
10 stars, huh? There isn't much I can say, to say not give it 10. You know what? Yeah, let's give it 10.
Sure.
Definitely, because I can see myself rewatching this and enjoying it and missing things or like spotting things I've missed every single time I see it. All right, this episode 158 of Moviesucktastic. As always, thanks for joining us.
Moviesucktastic.
Yeah, that's... go to our website at Moviesucktastic.com. Download all the shows there. You can go to iTunes. You can download the shows or listen to them there as well. You can go to Livestream, livestream.com/Moviesucktastic. You can catch us live every week, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock. Or you can do that from our website as well. You can go to our Tumblr page at Moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. You can go to our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Moviesucktastic. You can get our Android app, which does everything I just said. You can listen to the show. You can download poster art, merch, all of it. Facebook, it's all there. Twitter feed. And if you do a simple search for Moviesucktastic in a web browser, we come right up. It's the only thing out there that's called Moviesucktastic. Nobody else has that, so it's real easy to find us. And
you can also go to Plex.com and download the awesome Plex.
You can do that, but it has nothing to do with Moviesucktastic.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. We should do a Moviesucktastic Plex. I'll set up like a movie server. Just put up all the we probably get in trouble for that. Never mind. Do you have any words of wisdom? Yeah, don't set up a movie server with fucking Plex on it. And let everyone leech off of it.
My words of wisdom, Plex! And see, now because of you, the music ended, and when I do that, I get yelled at. When I do that, I get, and Scott, thank you, because now the music's ended because you wouldn't shut up. And you did it.
Just for the record, as the music was fading out, I was about to say, and we'll talk to you next week. And it would have ended right there.
But I didn't have my words of wisdom in. You didn't give me the time for
You yelled Plex, and then just went on about how the music was ending, and talked over the music ending. You're still in trouble for this.
This is your fault.
No, it's not. This music is really over.
Unacceptable.
Anyway, we'll talk to you next week, everyone. We appreciate your time.
That was me fading out.
Sure was.